What's up, y'all? So this is obviously 20YO, but you might notice this is not the official cover. So when I saw this in the record store, I didn't know about the fan contest or anything. So I was like, what's this all about? But it turns out when the album came out, or when the album was announced, there was 4 different fan-made album covers that were actually released as limited edition CDs that Janet chose, like, 4 fans to design different covers. So this is one of those limited edition covers. What I think I might do, I might print out like a little cardstock with the official cover on it. But honestly, this is pretty cool. Of course, so this is not what, I don't know about, like, the tracks, everything's the same, but it's just like a little alternate cover. Now, this is what I'm curious about. Does the official edition of the album still look like this? I think this is one of Janet's, I want to say, least creative eras, because, I mean, this is just the same picture reproduced 3 times. I don't think that Janet would do something like this on an album like Demita Joel. This is the rest of my collection so far. All For You, which is scratched because it's used. So one of y'all was getting freaky with the CD, and of course right at Would You Mind, it's like CD is scratched. So whoever had that before me was overly freaked out. But anyways, Rhythm Nation, Discipline, one of my favorites, and of course Unbreakable. So anyways, definitely I originally thought like one of her least creative albums or whatever. But then I listened to it again and again, and I'm like, you know what? For what it's worth, she definitely has some good songs on this album. I like So Excited. I like Show Me, Get It Out Me, Do It To Me, Love to Love, Daybreak, Call On Me. And of course, she still put the lyrics in here and everything, so I appreciate that. And then even on the interludes, she was like, I don't really have anything to say. You know, she was like, what do I say after 20 years? So, I mean, I like Discipline. Discipline sold less than 20YO. And I'm thinking, like, I like Discipline a little bit more. But I think this album is going to have a renaissance, maybe. It does turn 20 this year, 2006. So, yeah, this year is the 20th anniversary of 20YO. So, will they have a little renaissance? Maybe. Among the Jam fam, I hope we can give this album some grace. Of course, she's Janet Jackson. She can do what she wants. But anyway, so I almost have all 9 albums. Well, I consider the self-titled and Dance, what is it called? Dream Street. I consider those to be like, kind of like Stevie Wonder's albums before he was on, like before Music of My Mind, all that other stuff. So I consider Janet's kind of, you know, where she was free to make the kind of music she wanted to make. She had 9 albums, of course. Wait, this is out of order. But anyways, I still need this Control, Velvet Rope, and Janet. And then I think this is the right order. 2006, 2008. And we still waiting on Black Diamond, but she's in the studio with Jam and Lewis again, so she's taking her time with it. I don't mind waiting. But anyway, you know, let's wait a while, right? But anyways, that's it. Peace out.